M6 knockout stage. Let's jump back into the land of Dawn for game number 3 between CFU on the blue side and Team Spirit on the red.
It will also be kind of a wait in the mid lane. One shot walking up, forcing the flicker up from OP already. But Sawo and Sunset Lover, that's a Purify, that's a Revitalize too, that they will have to be forced to burn. This time though, Eeca putting a bit of respect over towards Sing in this matchup. It's a Tenacity, no longer the Master Assassin, and same goes for Sing. They both know it's a skill matchup, they both know it will be safer to just go for a bit more the defense.
Yeah, in fact, we're seeing more durable emblem setups in general.
Oh, no flicker this time around though. Sunset Lover, one more Lancer Flare, could revitalize. The taunt almost brings OP back to the turret. That could have been lethal. But yeah, again, the Revitalize keeps you healthy for a long time. Wadu though is probably going to be missing a few minions up top.
Yeah, Wadu having to come over to be present for this initial engagement means missing out on some very crucial EXP against Kid Bomba. And we've already seen how important the EXP lane is, where both teams are basically playing a 4+1 throughout the entirety of the game to get scaling as well as map control. We can see that generally a lot more durable focus on the emblem setups here, because both teams recognize that their opponents have ways of diving into them. I think CFU has a very in and out gameplay style here. It's a bit difficult to execute on, but if done correctly, it's very difficult for Spirit to punish. And when we are seeing this Hayabusa on one shot, this is also typically a hero that needs to play off of a little bit of snowballing, right? A couple of kills early helps Hayabusa heavily, especially once that Sky Piercer is completed. So Team Spirit will want to try and aim for that.
Okay, setup-wise, Team Spirit definitely have the better setup. Sunset Lover will be able to get a slam, pass over to OP with a Shadow Kill too. Bomba looking for it, the Hard Guard comes in, Detective brought back into the Wrath of the Dryad. The combo strikes in, but both are just healing to infinity. Still, it's Bomba mounting Detective, a lot of damage again, slowly but surely Detective trying to go for it. Kid Bomba won't be able to get the kill, but the turtle goes to Sunset Lover as Bomba goes for the slam, pass over to Wadu. One shot gets the kill, and the Lantern Flare will get Wadu slowly but surely.
The amount of time it required for First Blood to even happen there shows just how durable, how much healing both teams have in their kit. But Team Spirit being able to outlast, mostly due to Sawo and his timing. That Wrath of Dryad was perfect to catch out multiple members of CFU, including Detective, who had just zoomed back in with the Heart Guard so that it would not threaten the backline. You can see why up until now they have been specifically respecting this Belleric ban against Team Spirit, Sawo being the only Belleric player to find success throughout this Swiss stage.
The Belleric just works so well against the Joy. It really does. It's kind of like I would say like a better Minotaur right now, right? Minotaur was the better pick for the longest time because you can just go for Flicker and you get that knock up. But now is you need to bring Revitalize. I don't know. It's all about disengage. It's literally pure disengage. You're not an engage type, so you can't really push on, but you already have Bomba to do that on the glue. So yeah, as long as CFU constantly are going to be looking for fights, Sawo just needs to play around his carries and then pop Wrath of Dryad, pop into Revitalize, heal people back up. He's a tree. He just stands there.
Yeah, he just stands there menacingly. That's all he really needs to do. And he is
Oh! Shadow Kill! Z gets assassinated. It wasn't really a one-shot, but you can technically call it a one-shot by one-shot.
Yep, I think the problem is when you draft an Angela versus a Hayabusa, you are basically giving him a very obvious target on who to start building up kills on, right? Especially how vulnerable Angela can be in that mid lane position. So Team Spirit is going to be rotating over there as often as possible to build up Sky Piercer stacks once one shot has it completed. And it looks like we are going to jump into a very quick pause here to solve some technical issues.
It's just, again, for you guys back at home, please be patient with us, ladies and gentlemen. Fair play is our #1 priority. So we'll give the players, the teams, as much time as they need for our marshals to help and troubleshoot the issue here. I don't know if it's, I don't know really what problem it is, but I guess we have more time to talk about the draft itself, to dissect the game plan for both these teams. Claude versus 1-1. Let's talk a bit of the Claude, man. We haven't really seen it. We've seen BTK ban the Claude once. That's it. Personally, for me, I don't think the Claude is that good right now.
I agree with you. Like, he did get buffed recently so that he no longer uses mana, but that doesn't really solve the issue where The meta now really prioritizes marksmen that can farm quick and do damage fast. Claude has never been that good of like a burst marksman. He's very good at whittling people down with the Blazing Duet once he has his items. But you usually will need another person as a finisher. That's why you're not seeing him quite as often as things like the Bruno or Beatrix or Moskov, for example. He is very good at getting in and out of team fights, which I think is what CFU is banking on, right? It gives them a bit more control about when they want to initiate. But it also means that you're giving up lane priority to Eeca, who is already shown is a monster on this 1-1.
On top of that, though, it's also the range, right? Your range is... Your Claude is a very short-range boy, you know? You gotta get in there to deal damage, and there's just too much utility right now. Too many things that can catch you from out of nowhere, really. And even poke. We know the Melfic gun is a thing, and especially for 1-1, the Melfic gun actually works super well with the range of 1-1 and the mobility. So it's kind of like a... It's crazy. It's legit crazy. So expect... Once Eeca gets the Melfic gun and a lot of, first two items, Corrosion Scythe and also DHS, to outrange and also just outrun the Claude every single time. Sing is also on Purify, by the way, so the only real way for Sing to escape from Eeca and all the others is to Purify out of the weakness marks or to Purify out of the CC. He doesn't have that much mobility, I would say.
I'm kind of wondering if CFU picked up the Claude so that they would have a marksman that grabs Purify, right? Because
I guess
you purify the weakness stacks from 1-1, you purify the lantern stacks from
like the Haya.
But yeah, it doesn't really help you against the Haya or anything.
I mean, when you purify, the shuriken stacks on top of you.
And a good like BMI can disjoint as well. So I think CFU is going for a very defensive option with this Claude, but looks like we are going to be jumping back into game here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being patient with us.
Okay, Detective. And Revital is already used up. Sing, Blazing Duet coming down. Wadu brought back Sawo, just taking the hits. He's like, yo, hit me, I'm a tree. He'll recall in front of him. Wadu will fall even despite the Revitalize, and Team Spirit will get so much pride. This is a free turtle.
I feel like our concerns about Claude were immediately answered. Yeah. Because that Blazing Duet literally did nothing.
I think he dealt more damage to himself by dealing damage to Sawo.
Yeah, and I think Spirit ended up coming out with more HP than they started as well.
Yeah.
Like, Claude is just not in a good position. Yes, he doesn't have items yet. We know Claude is very item dependent. Once he has like the Trinity completed, then Blazing Duet will actually do something, but it takes so long for that to happen. And while you're building up to that, One Shot is just gonna continue farming up stacks off of your Angela. I'm not too sure if this will really work out for CFU.
Yeah. It's a battle there. You can see at least when it comes to the 1v1, if it's just basic attacks that you can actually match up against Eeca. Wadu brought back again. Glorious Pathway there. Oh no, the Bomba special on the glue. Constantly just immobilizing the members. It's so annoying. Lantern Flare 2. If it's not the Slam, it's a Lantern Flare, or then it's Eeca with the Weakness Finder. So many ways to slow the opponents down. Crossbow Tang, not even used. So actually, Eeca will just pop an Inspire to go for the chase on the Sing. As that's going to be the one shot from One Shot again. C taken down. Eeca kiting away. Detective finally getting the shutdown on him. But it's 4 members for 1. And TS, they know Detective doesn't have anything left here. He has the rhythms. He will try to get out. He will be able to get out. But One Shot will just get a turret in the mid lane.
I don't know about you, Mirko, but I feel a little bit disgusted watching what happened in the river there. CFU literally could not move.
Yep.
All of them could not move. They were getting slowed and taunted and pulled back over and over again. They have a Cho, and he could not escape from them. That is the draft that they are playing against right now with this Beleric, Glue, Susin. They are sticky. And CFU are a team that wants to play more for peel and counter engage. This is not a good sign, if you ask me.
And there's a very low chance that OP even gets the 1-1, right? Like, you need to try to get the 1-1 somehow, but what are you going to do when he has a built-in Purify in his kit? You just have to burst him down at that point. Detective, he's struggling to burst down Eeca, as, again, like you mentioned, they just have so much utility. And on the point of utility, yes, you have a Juicin, you have a Glue, you have also a Beleric, but the 1-1's great utility too with the Weakness Finder. It's always constant slows. One Shot picks up the turtle for free. Perfect turtle for Team Spirit. Game number 3, Bomba, just going in, he doesn't care. walks up over to Z. OP walks up as well. Bomba's just taking the electrifying beats, and he's just standing there. OP trying to go for a split now. Oh man, Lantern Flare. OP desperate with the Dragon. Wadu brought back again. Sing with a blazing duet. And TS are just standing there by. Detective, though, will not let that happen. They're going to go in, still the Lantern Flare, and now he gets mounted down. It looked pretty good for a second. See, does he get recall in time? Oh, right, he does. Sing. Oh, okay, he gets it. He gets out.
All right, CFU able to find a small little something at least. Sing getting a shutdown on one shot is actually pretty nice, but they lose so much in exchange as well, right? You could see how comfortable Team Spirit is at just walking at CFU because they know there's just no damage that could possibly threaten them. Sing, the only way that CFU can potentially come out on top now, they have to create so much space for this. Claude, he's already behind in farm. At this point, they basically have to delay the game until like 16 to 18 minutes before they're able to fight Team Spirit head to head. Right, the only way that timing doesn't add up is if Spirit makes like a huge blunder and just throws all 5 of them into the CFU base or something.
I don't know. Even in the late game, I'm not too sure about it, right? Because I think Spirit still have so many ways to stop the Joy. As a Joy, okay, in the late game you deal a lot of damage. It's still going to be extremely difficult. But yeah, like you said, getting to the late game itself is already a hard task to ask for. Spirit are constantly playing it so well here with the lead. It's a 5,000 gold lead building up. They have a push in the bottom lane. They'll probably shove the mid lane before they go for the Lord. But only now, 9 minutes, does Detective pick up the Holy Crystal. Hiko clearing it in together with Sawo, and then they should be looking for the Lord. There should be a forced error instantly, right? CFU, they either trade on the map, getting a tier 2, trading it for the Lord. That will obviously be good for Spirit, or he get nothing. It just gets placed down. Wow. Wadu. Lantern Flare. Oh, man. Burst it down to Wrath of the Dryad. That's it. Another one. C caught again. Hiko will just go and dive. C able to survive, but Spirit get everything.
Yeah, a great opportunity found by Team Spirit there.
That's the gun.
I feel like CFU needed to just commit to the top lane push, right?
I agree.
They were too hesitant. They were split in half. And Team Spirit saw that, right? Instantly, like, hey, why are they so far up when we already got the Lord? Let's go for it. And there's nothing CFU can do to respond to it. At the very least, they could have traded for another tower up top. But I get that they're a little bit too afraid to even do that right now. The draft is completely in Team Spirit's favor. They are showing it through their gameplay. And if you were in CFU's position, I think you'd understand there's literally nothing they can do to respond to this.
And they've already dealt with the Holy Defense in the mid lane. Sing, oh my goodness, it was just a Lantern Flare. Slowly but surely, look at Sing. He's getting poked down, man. He was poked down earlier. Obi walks up, Bomba, split, crossbow, a Tang from Hiko again, forcing hard guard defensively. Now Detective walking up, but will just get sliced and diced by one shot on the shadow kill. Hiko's running wild, the base is wide open, and Team Spirit will join the knockout stage together with all the teams that you know. Welcome to the